I'm going to go ahead and run the video so we can be ready when they get there. All right, we're going to Land of Fire. See you there. Tip of South America, a few hundred miles north of Antarctica, lies an archipelago rich in history and diversity. Soon these storied waters will play host to a heroic clash between opposing forces, and the region will live up to its name. This is Land of Fire. Land of Fire is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running on a line from west to east. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. Land of Fire has proven to be a highly dynamic map in King of the Sea, producing some thrilling battles and notorious upsets. To the west, the island in the center of Capture Area A will make it a challenging cap to acquire in the early stages of a game. Much like the C cap on Shatter, teams are likely to set up camp within the cap using a cruiser to discourage carrier strikes while preventing the other team from capturing the zone. Cap B in the center is wide open, with plenty of ways in and out of the cap circle, and should initially be the purview of competing destroyers. If combat shifts to an east-west axis, however, we're likely to see some spectacular mid and late game pushes through the center of the map. On the right, Cap C and the islands to the east make a tempting target for teams looking for early cap points, but navigating ships out of the island chain on the 9-10 lines, especially while they're under fire, is anything but easy. Teams who invest too much firepower along this edge of the map may find themselves at an extreme disadvantage later in a game. Land of Fire offers teams 3 very different capture zones, and the change in island density from east to west means that ships who excel in a certain type of play may struggle as they jockey for late game position. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Land of Fire. Alright, welcome back. You guys have now seen the prep for Land of Fire, so you know where we're going. Still waiting on these teams to get ready. Looking like we are about to drop, so... yeah. Yep, there we go.
Just in time for your video.
Just in time. It's about 60 seconds, we'll be on the way. The slaughter commences.
Sounds good. I don't know how else to respond to that kind of maniacal laughter. You know what I'm gonna do, sir?
What?
You know what I'm gonna do?
Oh no.
You'll find out in 15 seconds.
Oh no. I think I know what you're gonna do. I think I have a suspicion of what you're gonna do.
What am I gonna do?
You're gonna blow your horn at me and then explode?
Yes.
Yep. See,
I am going to give you my horn.
That's right.
Toot my horn at you, sir.
Well, I guess I'll just have to do the same thing. Look at you with your Tokyo Game Show camo over there.
Hey man, if I'm gonna cover a weeb team, I gotta be ready.
You know what? That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. All right, here we go, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. What?
The booster is also in Tokyo Game Show camo.
Oh, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Game 4, Swiss stage here in King of the C9 on North America. We're here with Squad looking at Montana, Kremlin, Des Moines, Double Henri, Moskva, Stalingrad, Gearing, and Summers. It's the first Summers I've had the chance to cover today. I'm looking forward to this. Go ahead, Zath.
Shimakaze!
Oh!
We've got a Shima in the house!
Shima sighting here on Land of Fire.
Yep, and we got Yamato, Kremlin, Des Moines, Worcester, Henri, Moskva, and Harugumo.
All right. Squad here going for an even split, going 5 to C, 4 to A, sending Summers, Des Moines, Stalingrad, Henri, Kremlin, going due east along the H line, as Montana, Moskva, Henri, and Gearing go due west along the H line. The Summers is the lone ship forward of the H line. He is in G7, about to cut through this little gap in the islands to the southwest corner of C, as he's making for the C cap.
You know, I just noticed something interesting. I have not been looking at flags of ships as we started, because I would assume that everybody's running all the super, competitive, give me everything, possible flags. And, well, the Henri, I think it was the Henri, is not wearing protection.
Not wearing camo?
No, not wearing protection, as in
no Juliet Charlie.
Charlie.
That's interesting.
And the Kremlin is running XP and credit flags, which
Feels
You're not earning
feels
any XP or credits.
feels awkward. Yeah. So, guys, pro tip for those of you that aren't familiar with how Training Room works: when you do anything in Training Room, the flags, the camo, the consumables you actually use aren't actually expended. You don't spend any money because the game doesn't count for any stats. So, Wargaming doesn't actually charge you for screwing around in a Training Room. So, when you load to a Training Room for any reason, just have fun with it. Somebody's into C now.
Don't lose the flags.
Correct. Ooh, Shima. Shima has Summers Torps coming in. He's going to get out of the way in time, though, as the Stalingrad radar picks him up, and he starts to take damage from the Stalin.
Yeah, that's kind of a standard play that you toss the Stalingrad right to that spot, so this shouldn't have been a surprise for the Shimakaze player.
Yep, really good maneuvering there by Karashukaku, dodging the incoming fire. He doesn't take any follow-up shells after that first Stalingrad salvo. Nope, gets away clean. Well played. I'm assuming that means the Harugumo is on the backside of the island today.
You are assuming correctly, sir.
Yep. Scheiser's gearing is now into the bottom end of A. Looks like he's going to snuggle up to the island. That'll hold that cap from going anywhere, but I'm not going to lie, I don't like this play, Zath. Traditionally, we see teams hold this cap with a cruiser. I think holding it with a destroyer is just asking to get punished by a Worcester or something who just comes around the corner and blows you off the board.
I'm sorry, you're talking about A cap, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the A cap, yes.
Okay.
Although there is still some...
double check.
Yep, some exciting things.
You'll understand why shortly.
Well, the Worcester was making that direction. It won't surprise me to find that he's in that cap.
Okay, then you know everything you need to know.
Okay, there we go. Shimakaze spotted back on the top end of C as the Summers was in there briefly, driven out of the cap now. As, the Des Moines is in a really compromising position over there on the 9 line, showing a beautiful shot to the Stalingrad, who looks like he got some overpins, but nothing solid. Still the Des Moines on about half HP.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a quick beach
This
maneuver.
gearing
Yep,
is in so much trouble. The Worcester has him on Hydro or radar. I don't know which. The Harugumo is just going to farm him to death. He needs to be somewhere else or snuggled up closer to the island where nothing can harm him.
Well, he is keeping us calm and backing up, which is what he needs to do.
He
Get out of the line of shot.
He did not lose his mind as the Shima does successfully bag C. 5 minutes gone. KNCOL working on a 1-cap advantage here on Land of Fire.
Yeah, so that was radar, by the way.
Was it?
Subtender has not used Hydro yet.
Well,
Nope, he has actually.
I was going to say
both of them.
the Hydro will absolutely pick him up. If he reverses, okay, and see, this is the problem. Scheiser is now reversing far enough that the Kremlin can have Kremlin will have a shot on him, but the Kremlin just fired at the Moskva in the back. I think that's, I don't know, that's a mistake, but I don't necessarily like that play. Like, if you've got that shot on the gearing, you should take it.
Des Moines is going down over at C-Cap. He's at 2k health.
So he is 1,500 and falling. More shells coming in. Heptalisk looks like he's going to be the first casualty of the game as he falls under 900 HP with Stalingrad shells coming in. There he goes.
I actually set the camera right where I thought he'd die.
Squad down a cap, but up a ship early here on Land of Fire. Now, Scheiser reversed far enough to get 2 torpedo salvos into Destroyer Minagumo's face here. Those are coming into him and has position there as the Kremlin. He's moving back up now into better cover so that the island... Yeah, but the Harugumo's now worked way over on the 1 line. He has cover if he can get to it, but he's going to lose a ton of health before he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's essentially trapped there. Okay, he has managed to find his spot. The Harugumo has no shot from his current position.
Yeah, and he's hesitating to go forward because of the Moskva's position. He knows that radar might be coming.
Ooh, we managed to clip him with a couple of shells. Scheiser can't really afford that. He's under 3,000 HP there, tucked in. Oh, he lit a fire. Scheiser's just long enough. There we go. The Moskva radar does come up now. As they're trying to get shots on this Harugumo and make him pay for this. I think they're going to get to Scheiser's gearing. Looks like they lit him on fire again. They did. He's on double fire now. He'll be off the board. Nope, he does repair there.
ECP.
900 HP for this gearing.
Slight misplay over here by the Haru, I think. No, actually, he's okay.
He's okay, but I hated this position. I feel like they should... Oh, good lord, look where the Worcester is. Good lord almighty, that is ballsy. Subtender Taige pushing aggressively down the 3-line here with an Henri and a Montana in his face. They do finally bag the gearing as the Kremlin pushes into the cap. What a well-coordinated push by KNCOL here at A.
Yeah, Subtender is a really good cruiser player. I'm not surprised to see him make this kind of move. His threats are pretty much isolated at this point.
Both teams working on flipping a cap as the points have now flipped to KNCOL. About a 100-point lead here. As the Summers Torps, he does manage to land one on the Moskva here north of C. They're going to lose Weezer's Moskva. Like, it's only a matter of time. He's just continuing to reverse.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kirov Kai is continuing to flood.
I mean, the Worcester's lobbing AP at his broadside now because he reversed too far. Yeah, he'll be out. KNCOL up another ship now. Up one ship, but down a cap. So the Moskva at north of C is flooding. We have no eyes on him. We can't see him right now.
Oh. Subtender just got surprised by an Henri.
Well, we have no eyes on Subtender now. He's snuggled up to that island in F3, so we can no longer see him.
Yeah, Tender tried to get him on radar. No dice.
Now, there's a Des Moines and an Henri from Squad pushing very quickly up the 10 line. I don't necessarily know that I like this play. I feel like too many teams get sucked into playing the 10 line, and I just don't know why they all love it so much.
Well, it gives you the flank. I mean, look what's happening already. The Yamato is being forced to retreat. The Henri is being forced to retreat. The Shimakaze is even getting out of town.
But, like...
So what does that mean? That means the Kirov Kai is isolated, and he's just going to go down.
He will go down eventually, but what I'm getting at is, like Stugs' Summers has spent his whole game, farting around the C cap. Whereas, if I were him, or if I were Squad, I would have sent him to B long ago. Like, there's nobody over there. Both teams playing the extreme edges, completely ignoring the middle of the map, which is wide open and free for basically anybody who wants to bother to go after it.
Well, that's about to change, as Carrier Shokaku has noticed that, and he is making speed for it.
There we go.
Throwing torps in the gap.
Yep. Well, we see at least one salvo of torps here crossing across Sergeant Slaughter's bow. Going nowhere, but they were spotted.
Yep. Oh, big kill there.
That is
that was going up 9 line down.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like this play. I don't know why teams make it all the time.
Well, the problem was with that push is that the Des Moines was not being detected and not being shot at, so the Henri bore the brunt essentially of 2 ships.
Right. Well, Infinite Sadness' Des Moines has now worked into the position he was trying to get to for all the good it's going to do him. His team is now down 250 points and will be falling farther behind, down 2 ships, soon to be down a full cap.
Yeah, he's just locking the Moskva in there, Kirov Kai, but...
Kirov's dead and he knows it.
Well, exactly. And what I was going to mention is the Yamato Zenok is coming down.
This Summers, man, all 3 waves of torps, he got nothing. Just, like, if you're going to bring a Summers, you got to be able to land torps. That's rough. That's rough, man.
I mean, let's face it. Of all the ships out there, the Moskva isn't exactly thick.
No, it's not. It's skinny, but my point is simply, like... There, they finally do manage to get Kirov Kai off the board and narrow the gap a bit. They're still 160 points down and falling. They're gonna lose this Montana over on the 4 line, I think. He's just got too much focus fire coming in on him. He's continuing to sail into all of it.
Yeah.
The Shimakaze's going back for him now. He's got 5 ships trying to wipe him out. That's only a matter of time. Why would you do this? Why would you turn around? I mean, you cannot win this engagement. You're not even going to get shots on the Worcester, which is the one reason you'd even really try to come back, I think.
So this kind of
Here come the Hugamo torps,
change, in my opinion,
and he'll be out.
Kind of like a bit of a desperation play of I need to change my attitude and try to make something happen, or at least slow down the advance so that my team on the other side of the map can catch up.
Feels bad. 12 minutes gone.
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
It's one of those things where, you know what, he might have killed the Harugumo in the process. Didn't, but possible. And, you know, that, or maybe even Subtender in the Wooster, that might have been enough to change things. Now, B
Yeah.
is being capped,
Yep.
which means the Summers is in B, so we're about to get a Destroyer slap fight here in B.
That'll be good, because that's one that the Summers, I actually kind of favor him. Oh, here he comes. Now, the angle for the Summers is terrible. He has to turn bow in. He's got... Here come the Torps. That's going to really screw him up. Can he win the survival minigame? He cannot. He turned too far. He turned his stern into one that had already gone past him. If he had dodged that first one, he was already lined up to get through the second salvo, and he would have been fine. 2 ships in a cap down, 7 minutes to play. I don't think Squad has the ability to bring this back, Saf.
I would probably agree with that.
I mean, if there were a couple of ships on the KNCOL side that were, like, clinging to life on a threat of HP, maybe. But where they are right now, I just don't see it.
So there's the problem. So I see. So the Summers fired Torps off at the Henri, who's also taking a big broadside from the Stalingrad there.
He did manage to get a Torp, and he just took a huge hit from the Stalin. And he's aground, so he's stuck there for a little bit. No, he's not aground. I thought he was.
His
engine's out. Yep, his engine's out. His engine's out broadside to a Stalin. He'll be dead in this salvo. Yep. Kremlin bags him. That's points that Squad badly needs. Kind of I won't call it a misplay, but certainly an unfortunate turn of events there for KNCOL, losing a ship that they probably didn't need to or want to lose.
Yeah, that was bad positioning. I think he was trying to go in and get his guns ready to help against the Summers, because Shokaku, I'm sure, knew that he was there. And unfortunately, he got himself in that position where there was an island to his back, which you never want to have. And you saw why.
Yep, exactly. Des Moines Radar picking up the Shimakaze as he runs out of the B cap. Stalingrad getting shells on him now. Might get some chip damage. Certainly won't kill him. There we go. Get him down under 5K. That's about it. They're not really in a position to push this B cap, but that's what it's going to take. That's what they're going to have to do to try and bring this game back. But they're running out of time. Only 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, nice work by the Des Moines, though. Infinite Sadness. He is basically shooting the Kremlin for free from behind the island.
The Henri is spotting the Kremlin, and the Des Moines is just getting him for free. You're right.
It's a slow play, but it might pay off.
Now, one of the things that I don't like, Shadow Wolf's Henri down here on the H-line needs to turn around. Okay, he's finally doing it now. He needs to get back. Like, if they're going to make a play, they're all going to have to move together. Infinite Sadness looks like he's got his Hydra up. The Harugumo Torps are spotted coming into his position. What are you giggling at?
Minagumo in chat, he goes, he got to sit on the Henri, right?
Okay.
And then he says, Henri, he says, HIV sit, then he says, am good, then he says, HIV mad.
Ooh, big salvo from the Stalingrad wipes out Aenir's Harugumo here. That's another big kill. That evens it at 6 ships apiece.
Yeah, that was bad positioning right there.
Again,
I think he was trying for that one last Torp salvo into nothingness.
Agreed. Now, one more Torp salvo. Shimakaze Torps now spotted coming in off Infinite Sadness' starboard bow. So they're well spotted. Both he and the Kremlin are going to have to maneuver through these. But it looks like they're going to make this play for B. I may have spoken too soon, Zath. Squad might yet find a way back into this game. Nope. Ouch. Yamato. Kremlin takes a Torp on the bow as the Yamato finishes off the Stalingrad. Another ship gone. More points that they couldn't afford to lose off the board.
That's it. Infinite Sadness is saying, that's it. Time to go.
Yeah. Well, they're all moving as one now. Kremlin, Des Moines, Henri making their push for B, knowing that this is the game. They can get a lucky salvo or maybe pull this off.
If you ask me, the Kremlin should have been leading this charge.
Agreed.
Oh, now I see why he's not.
He was until he took a torpedo in the bow, a Shimakaze torpedo in the bow.
Yep.
That caused him. Yep. That caused him to slow down and pull up when he had intended to be leading this charge.
By the way, I think that's actually the Harugumo. Yeah, the Harugumo said he got a torpedo on something in the channel earlier.
Okay. Shadow Wolf's Henri turned around again, and Infinite Sadness wiped out by a Yamato salvo. That's going to do it.
Judging by the camo, he just got schooled.
He got schooled. That's going to do this. KNCOL was going to claim this game. There's simply no way for Squad to salvage this. A well-played game by both teams.
I'm just excited to see a Shimakaze coming out.
I'm glad to see the Shima come back. I was glad to see 07 using Shimakaze last finals against PWP and using it very well, I might add. They had a tremendous amount of success with that ship in their finals series.
Yep. Horns are being blown. We know it's game.
Yep. Almost to add insult to injury. Oh, okay, no, that Torp Salvo was going to pass in front of him. I was like, it looked like Domain might just die here with like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, fortunately he got the big dodge. Because that totally matters in this case.
Time ticking
Is that
away.
a yawn and a laugh at the same time?
It was, yes it was. It's been a long day already. KNCOL bags their game 4 as they move to, I think it's 3-1 now.